Okay, we're now going to look at some trickier simultaneous equations. And let's just see what's going to be involved with that. Just change colour of the pen here. Right, so let's go for an example 1 where we've got 5a plus 3b is equal to 8 and 2a plus b is equal to 3. And that's equation 1 and that's equation 2. Now the problem we've got with this one is that it doesn't look like we can eliminate anything versus an example like 3x plus 4y equals 7 and 5x plus 4y equals 9. Well, it's pretty straightforward there, but by subtracting we can get rid of the y's, but if we subtract we won't get rid of the a's and we won't get rid of the b's, and if we add we still won't be able to eliminate them. So we've got a problem here, but there is a way of getting around that problem, and what we need to do is we need to manipulate one of the equations. Now, ideally we would be in a scenario in which we had two letters which had the same numerical value in front of them. So like for 4y and 4y, we could take them away, cancel out. 5t, 5t, we could cancel out. Now, we're going to look to manipulate one of the equations to allow us to be in that position. Now, if you think about it, this b here, if we were to somehow make this up to 3b, then we could then eliminate by subtracting one equation from the other. Now, is that possible? Well, it definitely is possible. How do we get b up to 3b? We would need to multiply the b by 3. But in that case, if we want to keep the equation balanced, we'd need to multiply everything in the equation by 3. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. So we're going to multiply the second equation by 3. So everything in the second equation gets multiplied by 3. 2a times 3 is 6a. b times 3 is 3b. And 3 times 3 is 9. Now that's now a new equation. So I'm going to give it a new name and I'm going to call it equation 3. Now I can now use equation 3 and equation 1 to eliminate the b's. So I've got 6a plus 3b equals 9 for equation 3. And for equation 1 I've got 5a plus 3b is equal to 8. And that's equation 1. Now I'm now in a position to eliminate the b's. The signs are the same. So if the signs are the same, just remember to follow the rule that if the signs are the same, you subtract the equations. So it's going to be equation 3, take away equation 1. I could do 1 take away 3. That would be fine as well. So equation 3 take away equation 1. 6a take away 5a is a. 3b take away 3b cancels out. And 9 take away 8 is 1. a is equal to 1. I can now sub a equals 1 to one of the equations. Now it doesn't matter which one. I've got 3 to choose from. I've got equation 1, 2 and 3. So just choose any will work. And I'm going to sub a equals 1 into equation 1. So there's equation 1. Wherever I see a, I'm going to replace it with 1. So that'll be 5 lots of 1 plus 3b is equal to 8. 5 lots of 1 is 5. 5 plus 3b equals 8. I'll then take 5 off of both sides, and that will leave me with 3b is equal to 3. I then bring the 3 down and divide, and that will be b equals 3 over 3, and b is equal to 1. Final answer, a equals 1, b equals 1. Now we're going to try several examples of these just to make sure that you know what you're doing. So let's try an example 2. Okay, so let's go for 2p plus q is equal to 8. Let's call that equation 1. And 3p plus 5q is equal to 19, and let's call that equation 2. Okay, now the goal is now to get one of the letters up so that we've got the same value in front of each letter. For example, AX and AX would allow me to then cancel out. Now, is it easier to do that with P's or Q's? It's definitely easier to do it with Q's. So I can get this Q up to 5Q by multiplying the first equation by 5. That means everything in the first equation needs to be multiplied by 5. Okay, so 2p times 5 is 10p, q times 5 is 5q, and 8 times 5 is 40, and I'm going to call that equation 3. I can now eliminate the q's. The signs are the same, so I can subtract. So I could do equation 2 take away 3, or 3 take away 2. I'm going to do 3 take away 2, because that means I won't have to deal with a negative p, even though if I did so it wouldn't be a big deal, but let's go with 3 take away 2. So equation 3 take away equation 2, 10p take away 3p is 7p, 5q take away 5q cancels out, and 40 take away 19 is 21. I'm now going to bring this 7 down and divide, and that will be p equals 21 over 7, and p is equal to 3. I can now sub that p equals 3 into one of the equations, and I'm going to sub it into equation 1. It doesn't matter though, I could use either equation. I'll always get the same result as long as I'm careful and do things correctly. So equation 1 is 2p plus q equals 8, so it's 2 lots of 3 plus q equals 8. That's 6 plus q equals 8. I'm now going to take 6 away from both sides, balance the equation, and 8 take away 6 is 2. Final answer, q equals 2 and p equals 3. Okay, let's try another one, similar again. 6g plus 2h is equal to 16, equation 1. And 5g plus 6h equals 22, equation 2. Okay, so it would be kind of difficult to get that 5g up to a 6g without multiplying by a decimal number. But I could definitely get the 2h up to 6h by multiplying that equation by 3. So equation 1, everything in equation 1, I'm going to multiply by 3 to get the 2h up to 6h. So 6g times 3 is 18g, 2h times 3 is 6h, and 16 times 3 is 48, equation 3. Okay, I can now eliminate the h's. Signs are the same, so I can subtract. So let's go 3 take away 2, 18g take away 5g, 13g, 6h take away 6h, cancels out. 48 take away 22 is 26. I'm now going to bring the 13 down and divide, and that will be g equals 26 over 13, and g is equal to 2. I'm now going to sub g equals 2 into one of the equations. So let's this time choose at random equation 2. So in equation 2, I'm going to sub g equals 2, so that's going to be 5 lots of 2 plus 6h equals 22. 10 plus 6h equals 22. 10 from both sides. 6h equals 22, take away 10 is 12. I'm now going to bring the 6 down and divide, and that will be h equals 12 over 6, h equals 2, final answer, h equals 2, g equals 2. Okay, let's try another example 3, and we'll go for 2p plus 5q is equal to 5, equation 1, and 10p plus 7q equals 43, equation equation 2. Okay, so trying to get 5q up to 7q would be difficult. It would involve multiplying by a decimal number. What's easier? Well, 2p up to 10p is definitely easier. I will get 2 up to 10 by multiplying by 5. So everything in equation 1 will be multiplied by 5. 2p times 5 is 10p. 5q times 5 is 25q. And 5 times 5 is 25. That's now equation 3. Okay, so I've got 10p and 10p. Well, they're both pluses. The signs are the same. The signs are the same. I'm going to subtract. So 3 take away 2. I could do 2 take away 3. That would be okay as well. Okay, 10p take away 10p goes. 25q take away 7q is 18q. And 5 take away 43. Really take your time with that. So you're at 25, you're moving down. 43. Take your time, brings me down to minus 18. I'm then going to bring the 18 down and divide, so that will be minus 18 over 18, and that will give me minus 1. Okay, so q equals minus 1. I now need to find out what p is, so I'm going to sub q equals minus 1 into one of the equations. And this time I'm going to select equation 1. So in equation 1, where I see q, I can replace it with minus 1. So that's going to be 2p plus 5 lots of minus 1 equals 5. That's 2p. 5 times minus 1 is minus 5 equals 5. I'm then going to add 5 to both sides. That will give me 2p equals 10. Bring the 2 down and divide, and that will be p equals 10 over 2, and p is equal to 5. Final answer, p equals 5, q equals minus 1. Okay, let's try another again. This time let's go for 2x plus 5y equals minus 2, equation 1. 3x plus 15y equals minus 18, equation 2. Okay, so I'm going to look to get the 5y up to 15y. That's quite straightforward. Multiply by 3. If I multiply 5y by 3, I'll get 15y. So everything in equation 1 gets multiplied by 3. So 2x times 3, 6x. 5y times 3, 15y. Minus 2 times 3, minus 6. Equation 3. Signs are the same. I'm going to subtract. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 take away 2. I could do 2 take away 3, that would be fine as well. Okay, so 3 take away 2 is 6x, take away 3x, 3x. 15y take away 15y, cancels out. Really be careful here. I've got minus 6, minus 18, minus 6, minus 18. So it's not minus 6, minus 18, it's minus 6, minus 18, minus 6, minus 18. Okay, so the two negatives become a plus, minus 6 plus 18, and that will be 12. I then bring the 3 down and divide, and that will be x equals 12 divided by 3, and x is equal to 4. I'm now going to sub x equals 4 into one of the equations. And let's sub it into random. I'm going to select equation 3. So in equation 3, where I see x, I'm going to replace it with 4. There's equation 3. 6 lots of 4 plus 15y equals minus 6. 6 4s are 24. 24 plus 15y equals minus 6. I'm then going to take 24 away from both sides. And that will give me 15y equals minus 6 minus 24. Be very careful. Minus 6, you're moving down. 24 brings you down to minus 30. I'm then going to bring the 15 down and divide. And that will be minus 30 over 15. which is minus 2. Final answer y equals minus 2x equals 4. Okay, let's try another. This time 6c minus 2d equals 6, equation 1. 5c plus 8d equals 34, equation 2. Okay, so let's get the 2d up to 8d by multiplying equation 1 by 4. So everything in equation 1 gets multiplied by 4. 6c times 4, 24c, minus 2d times 4, minus 8d, and 6 4s are 24, equation 3. Okay, now the point to note is that the signs this time are different. Signs are different, so that tells us to add the equations. That's equation 2 plus equation 3. So 5c plus 24c is 29c. They will cancel out. 34 plus 24 is equal to 58. I then bring the 29 down and divide, and that's c equals 50 over 29. And c is equal to 2. I'm now going to sub c equals 2 into one of the equations, and I'm going to sub it into equation 2 this time. So in equation 2 where I see c, I'm going to replace it with 2, so it'll be 5 lots of 2 plus 8d is equal to 34. That's 10 plus 8d equals 34. I then take 10 from both sides, and that will give me 8d equals 24. Bring the 8 down and divide, and that will be d equals 24 over 8, and d is equal to 3. Final answer, d equals 3, c equals 2. Okay, we're going to try one final one. 5m take away 4n equals minus 7, equation 1, and minus 10m minus 3n equals 36, equation 2. So getting 3 up to 4 would be difficult there, but I can get 5 up to 10, multiply that equation by 2. So everything in equation 1 will be multiplied by 2. 5m times 2 is 10m. Minus 4n times 2 is minus 8n. Minus 7 times 2 is minus 14, equation 3. Okay, so what's in front of that term? Well, it would be a plus. Signs are different, which tells me to add the equations. So equation 2 plus equation 3. Okay, they cancel out. We've got minus 3n plus minus 8n, which is minus 11n, so minus 3n plus a minus 8n will give me minus 11n. And then 36 plus minus 14, just take your time with that, and that will give me 22. Then bring the 11 down and divide, and that's 22 over minus 11, and that is minus 2, n equals minus 2. I'm then going to take that n equals minus 2 and sub it into one of the equations, and I'm going to sub it at random into equation 1. So in equation 1, where I see n, I'm going to replace it with minus 2. So it will be 5n minus 4 lots of minus 2 equals minus 7. 5m plus 8 equals minus 7. Take 8 off both sides. 5m equals minus 15. I'm going to now bring the 5 down and divide. M equals minus 15 over 5, and final answer, m equals minus 3 and n equals minus 2.